What's up everybody, it's Layden. This video is my first episode to the Deathless series, and first off, I'll start off by saying that unfortunately there won't be much real skillful content of this for a while. For perspective, these first 100 dives or so can be summed up as just full clearing maps trying to maximize my super credit and sample gains, seeing as I barred myself from grinding on lower levels. Saying that, what you're watching right now is a level 6 defense mission on the Illuminate Major Order, which can pose a real threat to this challenge because doing these things solo are actually no joke, and you see why after a few of the rockets have launched. Anyway, let's take a look at my progress so far. After the first 20 dives or so, I saved up my super credits and bought the Servants of Freedom warbond. Why? Simply for the ultimatum. This pistol is the biggest power spike you will ever receive as a Helldiver. No other secondary or item in this run is going to help me quite as much as this thing. I kind of bought it as an insurance for the early game heavies that will spawn on my level 4 to 5 dive that I needed gone. Conveniently, the biggest early game threat being harvesters and chargers. This thing one-shots both of them. You might be wondering why I consider chargers to be a threat, and that's because as a host, these guys are literally Tokyo drifting across the screen, cranking 90s better than the rest of the 8-year-olds playing Fortnite. And although it's dodgeable, all it takes is one late reaction and then suddenly the hours I've spent on this challenge will have been for nothing. And even if they don't one-shot me in the first hit, they can still slide up to me straight after the charge, comboing me across the floor and hit a Mortal Kombat type finish on me, which is far from ideal. Also, Harvester's gonna kinda just beat me if I don't have cover, so I've gotta make sure I beat him first. Ultimatum aside, this warbond gives me one other helpful thing in today's meta, and that's the portable hell bomb. Even if it's niche, the primary useful scenario for this is going to be for killing Hive Lords, because as a low level, I don't have many items that are going to combo well with full clearing a map and also killing a Hive Lord. Sure, it's possible, but it's kind of just like an insurance. Maybe depending on the circumstances, I might use it on an automaton game to destroy objectives, but realistically, it's only for the Hive Lords. Now, my next planned warbond I'm buying is the Control Group warbond. From this, I'm getting one useful item, and that's the Warp Pack. This backpack is the only other backpack in the game that's going to provide nearly as much value as the supply pack. It can save me from one-shots, particularly on the automatons. I can avoid various smaller attacks and ragdolls to save stims, cover more ground to make full clearing easier, but most importantly, I can loot bunkers, which will help up my super credit balance by a large margin. In terms of survivability, supply pack will probably be the difference between surviving a raise the flag objective or a huge bot drop, where I'm pushed up against a wall, but the warp pack will let me escape that situation, so it's really trading better combat effectiveness for more efficient resource gain, which in the early game is going to be something I need desperately. Realistically, this could have been my first warbond just to increase my super credit gain a bit sooner, a bit faster, but I prefer to just have that guaranteed safety versus the Tokyo Drift charges. Now, unfortunately, the rest of the content in this warbond is pretty buns. Don't get me wrong, the Epoch and Variable are fantastic guns, but for solo play they're a bit too slow to keep yourself safe from the hordes comfortably. Now the final warbond I'll cover in this video is going to be the Chemical Agents warbond. Like the Control Group warbond, this one gives me another huge power spike, and that's the gas grenades. These things are unmatched in their CC capabilities. If I'm ever panicking, I can just drop one of these at my feet and suddenly I have room to breathe again. Make an escape or create distance between me and the enemy. They still let me destroy enemy spawners and are one of the two main grenades I'll be using for the rest of this run. The rest of the stuff in the warbond is not really good, but for this hardcore playthrough, seeing as I'm not taking any chances and I want to get this done first try, I need to buy the gas grenades. Anyway, warbonds aside, after this level 6 defense I've played versus the squids, I kinda came to the realization that defense missions are terrifying. One poor play and the heavies can waltz up to the generators and one-shot them, bringing me 50% closer to failing the challenge. In fact, I misplayed this defense so badly that a harvester managed to get it to beam off on one of the generators and I was left with just one remaining. And I don't think I've ever cared about defending the generator as much as I did on that dive than I ever have before in my previous Helldivers career. Not only that, but this is difficulty 6. So thinking about doing a defense on the Super Helldive difficulty once I'm forced to play only that after hitting level 45 is certainly a scary thought. Maybe once I get gas grenades it'll go far smoother, but for now I have no choice but to keep searching every point of interest I come across in case I find some super credits. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap this video up here seeing as I don't have much else to talk about. On screen now is my current statistics after finishing that Illuminate defense mission. In terms of sample gain, I'm doing pretty well compared to how quickly I got them on my main account, and I'm only 110 super credits away from getting the next warbond on my shopping list. Once I progress my account more and I start facing actually difficult missions, I'll probably upload my next episode on that, and after that I'll probably make more frequent uploads of me just completing missions so you guys can watch some actual gameplay instead of listening to me yap. But yeah, thanks for sticking around, and if you like this idea of a hardcore deathless playthrough, make sure to like and subscribe and comment down below if you think I'll fail. Have a great day everyone, I'm out. One more thing I'd like to add, taking a look at my in-mission time, it's taken about 30.75 hours to get to my current moment in progression, and seeing as you need 1,168,000 XP to get to level 150, it's going to take about 962 hours to get this challenge done. 962 hours played flawlessly. Bro, this is gonna take forever.